Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody! This is going to be a pretty short stream because it's also meant to function as a video on my channel. The funny thing about me is that I'm very lazy and I don't like to make videos or use video editors. So, I guess I haven't won my bet yet. Either way, this is going to be a video detailing my canceled object show, like it says on the tin. Yeah, sorry for streaming so late at night. This video will not be unlisted after it's over. Wait a minute, I think I actually set it to do that. Oh well. Yeah, sorry for streaming so late. Whatever. I'll be able to fix that when the time comes. So let's talk about my canceled object show, right? But okay, you guys don't want to look at this image no more. This image is boring. This image sucks. Let's look at my flash window. See, now this is good. This is the kind of content you like to see. All right? This is the good stuff. So yeah. So what happened one night? Me and my friend Pyberb, he's great. Definitely check out his channel. We were just talking, and I was like, Pyberb, let's make a joke show. And he said, okay. So we opened up Google Docs and we started writing funny lines, and eventually that spiraled into getting our friends in on it, and making it into a full-fledged show. We made audio. We made beautiful painted backgrounds. Pyberb made those. Pyberb is a wonderful painter. He made these beautiful painted backgrounds. Like, just look at this. Let me zoom in on it. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Look. It's so detailed. There's so much going on. All these colors. All this majesty. This show would be nothing without Pyberb. Alright? Okay, but listen. This was just going to be a joke show where we made funny inside jokes and messed around and did funny voices. And as fun as that is, I'm pretty much like the sole animator, and that made me feel very demotivated, and I realized that even if we managed to get the first episode out, I would not be able to continue this, and I do not want to release an object show and then not finish it. So the FTP had to be shoved under the carpet, had to be canned. Bye-bye. Oh, Brandflakes is in the chat. Brandflakes is cool. You guys should subscribe to Brandflakes. Yeah, BFTP had to be canceled, sadly. As much as I loved it. But I'm going to show you, this video is going to document all of the finished content from BFTP. And that stands for Battle for Drop Pile, the program. Because it was mostly based around our Discord server drop pile drive. You know, the server started with us trying to do little drop pile sessions together. It's a group drawing program. But yeah, and with that out of the way, I guess we should really just get into the first scene, huh? The opening scene of the episode. By the way, I think some of the animation in this is pretty bad, because I never really tried to do animation that poorly whenever it came to like actual characters. So there's some animation here that I'm really not proud of, but I guess that's another good reason to cancel it. Just doesn't live up to my standards now. And I was one of the only animators, so it would have been very heavily my visuals. However, Pyberb was animating one specific character, and I'll show you them later. So let's get into it. Let's show off the let me just make sure my desktop audio is working.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it is working. It is streaming. Okay, so let's watch these scenes, and I'll walk you through what's going on, what the thought process was, and what's finished and unfinished.
All right, you little scoundrel dingus.
I'm Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse.
Shut up. My mom might hear.
Your mom heard me when I gave her a hug last night, so...
What are you...
Get on, lol. I'm going to kill you now.
No. Mommy, beautiful face. Help.
Wait! Don't fight! You're both so beautiful.
Ew, girls, I'm...
Very sexist. It's time to go to hell now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty taken aback. I'm floored even. Joshua, you win!
Help. This really makes me sad. No. Mommy, beautiful face. Help.
There's our beautiful first scene. My god. So you might think one of the unfinished elements is Joshua here, but that's actually not true. Joshua is meant to be colorless. He's completely blank. He's not even just colored white. And the reason for that is because Joshua. Okay, let me bring you through why these characters exist. All right. So, the story behind Joshua is that Satomi was animating. Satomi and I were working on BFB 12, and Satomi was in VC while she was animating and putting scenes together. And my friend Pyberb was there, and Pyberb said, Satomi, you should put Joshua in BFB. And nobody knew who or what Joshua was. Nobody nobody even had an idea. All we had was the word Joshua to work off of. So Satomi opened up one of my files, one of my BFB files, and she drew this. And this was our basis for Joshua and BFDP. Little guy with a star. He's a neat little dude. I love him. He's got bangs or whatever. And that's how Joshua was born. So, near the beginning of the scene here, that's me. That's me animating Joshua. Like I animated that. But later in the scene, Pyberb's animating him because Pyberb is a good frame-by-frame animator, and I wanted Pyberb to do him. So there's Joshua. But who is Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse? Well, it's as simple as it sounds. If you go on like novaskin.com or maybe something else, and you look in the horse skins for a Yoshi, you might find it. You might find Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse. It's just a skin, and my friend Griff found it a long time ago and posted it in our chat. And I just became addicted to this image of Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse. It's just my favorite image in the world. This is my favorite thing ever. This little guy. I love this. I adore Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse. This is my favorite image. But yeah, that's the story behind Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse. But there's one more character who shows up in this first scene here that we need to check out. Oh my god. Oh, that bad animation. Get out of here. Come on. There she is. So this is Selena Gomez from Wizard 101 wearing the jeans emoji. So in the same friend group that Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse was a big deal in, we also passed around this image of Selena Gomez because there was a cross promotion between the game Wizard 101 and Selena Gomez's new CD, new release, and she had artwork in the game, and we edited the jeans emoji over it. We created this, and let me tell you, this is also a really, really good image. You might remember both of these characters from Battle for BJN, the intro that I made a long time ago. They were both in it. BJN was the Blood Juice Nation, was the server that they were born from. So yeah, that's who she is. Oh my god, Joshua is voiced by Pyberb and often animated by him. Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse is me standing really, really far away and screaming and hoping that my mic picks it up, and that lets us some good results. And Multi, my friend Multi, who signed up as $2 sticker for Shock 4 but did not get in, voices Selena Gomez. So that's this first scene essentially broken down here. Honestly, looking back, I don't think I would have been very happy with the humor in this show. I think that it's the sort of thing that's a lot funnier when you first make it. But anyways, here's a much better joke. So, when we were writing BFTP, we put in MePhone. We put in the Inanimate Insanity character MePhone as a joke, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to get away with that. So we really didn't know. So what we did was, I approached Adam and Taylor from II, and I asked them, hey, can we please use MePhone in our joke show? And they said, sure. But the thing was, we didn't know who was going to voice him. We had our friend Nuthatch, who could do sort of an okay impression. We had me, who could also kind of do a decent impression, but it wasn't that special, And there were people we were considering hiring, with actual money. So oh, I'm sorry for swearing. I'm sorry. That's a swear in this video. That's age restricted. Uh-oh. I'm very sorry. Children, do not click away. I won't swear no more. But we did not know who was going to voice MePhone. But then we had the perfect idea. Now you're going to see who voices MePhone, because obviously we couldn't get Adam's dad. Here's the second scene. Let's see how things unfold.
Guys, I just found the 6 Infinity Stones.
And now I'm going to insert them into my fist of golden material.
Hey,
Me first?
that's mine!
Okay, snap. That little idiot is dead and will never again appear, and nobody's going to miss him. Anyways, I'm Mephone from Inanimate Sanity, and I'm so tired of this stupid island, and the sand is getting in my toesies, and it's just awful. So let's just go back to the good place.
OMG! Sand is so disgusting! I love to eat sand. My birthday cake
Shut
was
up,
sand.
shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Wow, Joshua, you're sure mean. I ate sand too.
That is disgusting, and I'm going to pee.
Snap, haha. Save it for the elimination, Waddle Dee from Adrift with Object Limbs.
What object? What elimination?
So that's the second scene. I'm gonna show it to you guys again. Don't worry. Hold on. The reason that was so laggy was because of how Miphone's asset works. So, the good people at II were actually nice enough to give us Miphone's real, like, current asset, which is very nice of them. I think we had this before it was officially unveiled, because I think they edited it again for, was it 12 or, okay, it might have been II 13 that it was edited once again for. Let's see, where is it? Okay, here's the little stinker. It's this one. This thing is really laggy, so what we're going to do is we're going to guide layer that so it won't show up. Then we're going to go to Mephone, set up this. I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to save these changes, but anyways. Yep, do that. Make that a guide layer. Guide layers will just make it so they won't show up properly, which is good. That's what we want. Mephone body left. Yep, take care of that one too. Yep, sure. Guide that. I don't care. But yeah, so we didn't know who to get from Mephone, but so we just got Carrie. We were like, can we get Carrie to do a voice? And he was willing. His takes were wonderful. He kept he stammered over some of the lines because some of the characters have really obnoxiously long names, and he was just like, what is this? How do I do this? But yeah, let me see if this works a little better. Oh no, I dragged something over. Ew, yuck.
Golden material.
Okay, that's immediately like less laggy, so I'm just gonna play the scene again, let you guys see it properly. I guess once this video's out, you guys can just skip ahead or...
Guys, I just found the 6 Infinity Stones.
And now I'm going to insert them into my fist of golden material.
Hey,
Me first?
that's mine!
Okay, snap. That little idiot is dead and will never again appear, and nobody's going to miss him. Anyways, I'm Mephone from Inanimate Sanity, and I'm so tired of this stupid island, and the sand is getting in my toesies, and it's just awful. So let's just go back to the good place.
OMG! Sand is so disgusting! I love to eat sand. My birthday cake
Shut
was
up,
sand.
shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Wow, Joshua, you're sure mean. I ate sand too.
That is disgusting, and I'm going to pee.
Snap, haha. Save it for the elimination, Waddle Dee from Adrift with Object Limbs.
What object? What elimination?
Okay, you get it. So let's go over the second scene. All the things in it. You know, what are we?
Guys.
Okay, so this is Naruto. I don't remember why I put Naruto in. He's there and he dies immediately. He never again. He was never again meant to appear in the series. He just dies here. Mephone just kills him. So Mephone steals the Infinity Gauntlet. By the way, this Infinity Gauntlet asset was made by the Epic James, who's a very cool guy. He makes a show called Object Battle City. That's the one. He, Top Hat, and Lauren are some of the best asset creators out there. I'm really hoping I'll get to like work with them more. They're great. But James was so kind enough to make this Infinity Gauntlet asset for us, because the PNGs we were using were actually overloading Flash. So Mephone steals the Infinity Gauntlet, then he kills Naruto. Naruto is dead forever and will never again appear, you know, as he says. Um,
Ways. I'm Mifo.
he does the big funny pointy hands which everyone loves. Yeah, he just does whatever.
This stupid island, and this is sweet. It's awful, so dark nights.
And as you can see here, Joshua is actually absent from this scene. You know, where he's actually talking and they're talking to him, but he's not here. That's because this wasn't done yet. I was gonna give this over to Pyburb and have Pyburb do Pyburb do Joshua yelling at them. I think I still have like the guide layer up. No, no, I don't. Okay. Well, this was just. I call these non-Joshua scenes. They're complete aside from missing Joshua, and then after Joshua was put in, I'd probably like mess with the camera a bit. Anyways, this is the new character who appears first in the scene, in addition to Mifone and the other. We have Bandana Waddle Dee from Adrift with object limbs. This is a reference to a few years ago when I was really big in the Sprite comic the Sprite comic community on a site called Smack Sheaves. I had a Kirby comic called Adrift, and it was about Kirby and Waddle Dee getting lost in space. And it could have been really great. I had some good ideas for it, and like I had some really like cool people in the community tell me that it was a good comic. And you know, I'm still pretty proud of that, and I wanted to like tribute it somehow. So I decided I would just put in screenshots of Waddle Dee from that comic, as a character in this show. And I had Pyburb voice him, so that was lovely. Pyburb also voices Naruto, but I like mess with his voice a lot. Also, I'm really proud of this effect, but it comes through really poorly in the flash file because it's really laggy. Snap, haha. And he goes. I was really proud of the audio editing in this scene, honestly, because I messed around with sound effects a lot and like edited them, and did the best I could really.
Snap. Haha. Save it for the elimination. Waddle Dee from Adrift with object limbs.
What object? What elimination?
This last shot of the scene, like with
Elimination, Waddle Dee with object limbs.
with Mifone talking to Bandana Waddle Dee and then him doing like this.
What elimination?
This is probably that's probably my favorite bit of animation from this show. That was probably the best job I did. Also, now you guys finally know why I had such a huge obnoxious reaction when Mifone snapped his fingers in episode like 13. That was because that came out after I already had posted that gif of Mifone snapping on Twitter and already talked to like Adam and Taylor about this. And even they weren't sure at the time that he would do that, so they didn't like let me know. But like he did that in the show before I got this episode finished, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, did he actually? Because it's so similar. But in any case, that's all for scene 2. You know, obviously an incomplete scene, sadly. Yeah. Whoa, Bandana D and Smash. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like that. I'd like to play as Bandana D. I'd play as any Kirby character, really. So moving on to scene 7. You see, there are some incomplete scenes in between. I think I started working on scene 3 like right before I canceled it. So all that exists of scene 3 is like an audio file and then like one frame. Because like here's the thing, right? There's a lot more audio finish than what I'm going to show you. Because frankly, even though some of it's pretty funny, I'd rather not show off just audio. I'd rather only give you guys like the actual content. To the person who just said OMG it's Ringo in chat, I'm sorry, but it's actually Paul McCartney and you're wrong. I'm not even a Beatles fan, but I'm sorry. I gotta correct you there. So Pyburb loves the Beatles, so he decided. I don't know if it was his idea or my idea, but Paul McCartney is the host of the show. I made a shirt on Redbubble of Paul McCartney saying one of his lines from the show, and it immediately got taken down. But thankfully, I bought it in time. I'll wear it on a stream sometime. It's great. I have a shirt of Paul McCartney from the show. So yeah. So basically, what happens is Paul McCartney sort of appears. Well, okay, what happens first? Mifone kills some more people. Thanos appears and does his famous dance. And then, okay, you know what? I'm gonna archive all the audio files and give them to the public. But more importantly, some stuff happens. Mifone dies. His arms and legs are ripped off like a bug. Oh my god. Sorry, I just had bad acid reflux. Live on stream. I should stop eating pizza all the time. My phone dies. The Infinity Gauntlet is done away with. And then who would show up but the wonderful host Paul McCartney? So he shows up, and there's like a cut to the intro, and then after the intro, hold on. Okay. I should actually show you guys the intro first because it comes next chronologically. So after everything happens and all the characters are introduced, the intro happens, and then Paul McCartney. It's right after Paul McCartney, shows up. So here's the intro, right? This will let me show off all the other characters that haven't been touched upon yet. So that's the beautiful intro for our show. Who drew Sans? I drew Sans. Those pictures of Sans are some of my favorite. Some of my favorite things I made for the show. Honestly, when I think about it, like, I quite loved these pictures of Sans. Like, he comes in like that. I love that picture of Sans. That one's pretty good. This one I adore. He's shrugging. That one's great, and that one too. He like has a flashing eye bit. So let's talk about these characters. Let's talk about all this. Once again, this background was made by Piberb, and we didn't think we would have a use for it, but we ended up using it in the intro just because it was so great and we needed something to be in the background. So the intro song, of course, like it says in the credits, is by Jerry Terry. It's called Redoin'. I didn't actually contact him about using it because he has a disclaimer that says you can use his songs as long as you credit him. So I figured, it wouldn't be a problem if I used it. But just in case, I'm going to plug him here. Check out his stuff. He's a great guy. I'm a huge fan of mashups, SoundClown, like goofy song memes, and especially YTPMVs. And I love when people use the source of that H.H. Gregg guy, and that was what the song was. And so I used this. I chopped it up a little bit so that it would fit like the length of an intro, and I messed with it a little bit. So yeah, Joshua shows up. We got Blue Minecraft Yoshi Horse, Selena Gomez, these guys, come on. And we got Fishy. So if you haven't been following Truck 4 if you were not following Truck 4 before it existed, you wouldn't know who Fishy is. Fishy was someone who signed up and didn't get in, and they're this just genius little 13-year-old kid. They're lovely. I don't know if they're 13 or 12. They might be 12. But they're a little kid, and they draw this character called Fishy, and their style basically looks like this because in this intro, whenever I draw them in the show, I try to copy their style as closely as possible, especially that one. That one's very Fishy-like. But they make these genius videos. So if you look up Rob Milkshake X, that's their YouTube channel. They are a complete little genius kid, and they should have gotten into Truck because they could have won. They are so good. They just make these adorable videos, and the kid who makes them is in our little is in our Discord group. So we asked him, "Hey, can we use Fishy? And would you like to voice him?" And he said, "Sure." And he gave me the lines right away. And he was he's a hardworking little kid. He likes to make like geometry dash like animations and fan games and stuff. He's a nice kid. So we put in Fishy because Fishy didn't get into Truck. So I was like, haha, Niall, I get to use Fishy now because Niall didn't. So then we got Bandana Waldy. We seen this guy. White Piano Key. So what happened was, I don't know what spurned it, but we made this group of characters known as the White Gang, I guess. We made a bunch of white characters, and their thing is that they're white, and they love that they're white, and they hang out because of the thing between them that's the same is that they're white. And we realized after writing that we would have to be really careful how we handled it in the show because we don't want it to look like a white supremacist group. We were worried about like similarities to the KKK or whatever. So it's kind of maybe a good thing that this didn't come out, but it wasn't going to be anything like political. It was just like some white friends. So we got white piano key here. They look like white chocolate now that I think about it, the way I shaded them. I made this asset, I think. Yeah, I did. Yeah, this is white piano key. They're voiced by Phoebe. Phoebe is a super cool person who got into Troc as No Green Beans Allowed sign, and they make great videos, and they're very cool. And they're going to be animating for an object show soon that some of you might know. So it's going to be really cool. Phoebe's a great person. They're the best. You should go subscribe to Phoebe. And then Sans. So Sans being in the show is less of a it's less of a reference to like the Sans meme and more of just a reference to my channel because my magnum opus for a long time was a two-part series called Sans Dies. In and I promised a third episode, which would have had to happen because the second episode was just directly leading into it. It was adding lore, but I never made the third episode. I kept promising over and over it's going to happen, but I never did. I have some files on like my Newgrounds like file dump of like unfinished versions of it. I had so many different ways I could have gone for Sans Dies 3, but it never happened. But Sans Dies is a wonderful little video where Sans gets slapped and then he says, "Oh!" and he tweens outward into the screen. And it's my funniest video ever. It used to be like the first thing you see on this channel. Quick question: how is Trot going for you right now? I got eliminated, dummy. Anyways, sorry, that was mean. But yeah, this is Sans. I have him in like mostly black and white just because like it would fit the style. First of all, I don't want to like bother making him blue. I wanted him to stand out from other versions of Sans, and I like monochrome Sans anyways. You know, he just looks nice. So this is basically the Sans from my videos. Sans from Sans Dies. He talks like this because he's Sans, and of course he's voiced like me because I voiced Sans in my video. Hey kid, I can also do like the text noise really well. He's like, it probably sounds really cringy. Whatever. Here's Sans. He's lovely. He was gonna be a great character. This is Gallon of Milk, voiced by the BFB audio director Amor. Gallon of Milk is one of the White Gang characters, and the asset was made by Satomi, who works on BFB. This was for a show. This Gallon of Milk asset was for a show she was working on, and then kind of had to stop because of BFB, called RCTI, which was a show comprised of exclusively recommended characters, and that was gonna be fun. And before I worked on BFB, before BFB started, I was actually gonna help her with that. I was gonna do a few scenes because the first episode was gonna be really long, and she was gonna need a hand. But it sort of fell through. You know, RCTI never happened. But I needed help making a Gallon of Milk asset, and she said I could just use this one. So Gallon of Milk was just this guy. I like the little pose he does. This is Aaron Hansen me. A fun fact: when we were writing the script, when we were writing the script, I didn't write him as Aaron Hansen me. He was just Aaron Hansen. He was just like a disembodied head of Aaron Hansen, and like I feel like maybe that would have been a bad idea just because like oh you know, I mean I'm using his likeness without his permission. You know I mean he's a nice guy. I'm sure he wouldn't care that much, but I saw this me head and I was like oh we have to use this. And the thing about Aaron Hansen me that you'll see is that they actually have lip syncing with that mouth of theirs. It's really lovely. It was fun to do. The envelope tool is good for stuff like that. But Aaron Hansen me is voiced by Nuthatch. Nuthatch voices Mr. Sketchmarker in Object Filler again, and maybe a couple of other characters I don't remember. And he's he's very monotone and very calm. And so my instruction for Aaron Hansen me, my direction was just be really really excited and enthusiastic. And he kept like braiding himself and calling himself cringy, which I mean like you know it was a big disconnect from how he usually acted. So I can see where he was coming from, but it was just beautiful, you know. It was so out of character for him. It's lovely. This was Aaron Hansen me, lovely guy. I like when I make his like his little spider legs like or shake like that. And then Color White. Color White is the only character that King voices. King also voices an Object Filler again. He's a fantastic voice actor. He's my best friend. He played as Lemon Demon in Troc 4, and he's been in several of my videos. You should all go subscribe to King. If you want to find him, just look up Lemon Demon Truck 4 or Breeze Blocks and Animate Insanity or 10 Words of Ignorance, you know, any of his popular videos. He voiced Color White. Color White is a character who we didn't really know what they would be when we were writing them because we literally just wrote the name Color White and then had them talk. We didn't have a design for them in mind, but Fleabee made the asset. It's a white crayon, and I thought that was a great idea. I don't remember who came up with it, but we went with it. And King was going to voice Color White. Color White's a little shy guy, so King's good at doing like high pitched like you know, anxious characters, so it works. And we got this. So that's the lovely intro out of the way. Really just fantastic stuff. With that, after the intro plays, Paul McCartney shows up and he's like, "All right, let's get into the show."
Now that he's out of the way, it's time for your first challenge, contestants.
I'm kind of like God in a way. I need to wee. Lol.
For the love of God, be safe.
Thank you, Blue Minecraft Yoshio's and Selena Gomez. Very cool.
What about me?
For your first challenge, you've all got to perform the famous backwards long jump. You must fly a long distance, and the half of you who fly the shortest distance will be put up for elimination. Elimination is short for Fat Man Crush. I'm fat phobic.
Same.
Bro, WTF. That's so unraven of you.
So scene 7 starts unexplainably with Jackie Chan getting smashed by a big blackboard. Piper wrote that. I don't know why he did. Jackie Chan was not previously in the show. He just dies. Bye. And you can tell Moore helped with some of the audio in this show early on, and you can tell this is a scene he made because he used that one impact sound that he always uses in BFB. There it is. So here's Paul McCartney, obviously voiced by Piper because Piper does a killer Paul McCartney impression, as you can tell. Pretty much just perfect casting there. One of my favorite jokes to do in things like this is to make a character change positions at the very last second, so you can just barely get to see it, and it's like even if it's not that funny a face, it's just like I love seeing it. It's so dumb. So then Sans and they're talking.
For the love of God, be safe.
Selena tells Blue Market Yours to be safe because he wants to go wee. Written as wee-I-I in the script. I mean W-I-I. Jesus, that's not how you pronounce that. Piper did a bit of animating on this scene, but he wasn't very confident with how he could handle assets, so I ended up taking over. Let's see here. Okay, this little hand movement here is actually pretty nice. It's like, it's kind of weird. I like it.
You've all got to perform the famous.
And of course, the BLJ, the backwards long jump. If any of you follow Simple Flips or any other really Super Mario 64 related content, you know the backwards long jump is a speedrunning technique that lets you build up speed by backwards long jumping against like certain surfaces, and I love it. It's the funniest thing ever. It's just Mario going up against the thing and going and then rocketing off into the atmosphere. It's the funniest thing ever. He's beautiful. It's wonderful. So I had that be the first challenge, and then there's really lazy animation here because I was lazy. I'm glad this is not going to get released as a video.
Elimination is short for Fat Man Crush.
And there's Piper barely delivering that line without laughing. He did such a good job. Yeah, as you can see here, this is another Joshless scene. He's still missing because Piper never got that done. Yeah.
Big.
Same.
They describe themselves as fat phobic. Selena's line was WTF, that's so unraven of you, but like Multi delivered it really funny.
Same.
Bro, WTF. That's so unraven of you.
It's so funny. It's like WTF. They messed it up a little bit. Oh my god. But yeah. Let's see. Let's get in here. What is that's scene 15. We don't want to get there. Okay, so this is scene 15, obviously a lot later than scene 7. I was basically just doing the animation scenes whenever I didn't want to do audio, and I was just doing the audio for scenes that I had finished. So this is scene 15. you know, people have gotten up there their own various ways. You know, doing stuff. Yeah, Paul is the host. Again, I'm gonna release all the audio files I had because I had some great audio that isn't gonna be shown here as a result of it not being animated. So you guys can have a look at that later. You know, even reanimate it yourselves if you want. It might be a good exercise. But anyways, this is scene 15. No, scene 10.
Focus. Focus. I am smart.
Whoa! LOL!
Yes, 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 that he likes.
Applesauce.
So yeah, that's scene 10. Pretty short one. Um, this animation's okay, I guess. You know, it doesn't look bad, but I really like the animation on him where he goes like,
I am smart.
I like that. And then he does the worst crouch ever. That looks like poop.
Whoa!
And now you can see the Aaron Hansen lip syncing in action. You know he's got. It's like how a donut mouth functions. He's got open, close, another open, and then an ooh. So he's like.
Whoa! LOL!
So yeah, it's pretty good.
L.
Yes, 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 that he liked.
And then Pyburb says that. That's Pyburb's favorite thing to say. He says yes, that he likes. So yeah, there's some lovely stuff. And then we got Fishy, of course, voiced by Rob, the person who runs Fishy, and a little limit bar from Final Fantasy VII. Dumb reference. Oh well. And this is scene 15. One of the last scenes in the episode. It's not actually the last scene because there's a post-credit scene where Sans looks at a picture of Kamida and cries. So let's have a look at this real quick, like.
Well, there you have it, Wabbits. These 5 boys are going to be put up for voting, and next time, one of them will sadly die. Boo boo, sad, sad, sad.
This is your fault, Color White! Blood Juice was my wife, too.
I hope you all get flushed down the big bad toilet. Use the Google form in the description to vote for who you think should be eliminated. Do not vote in the comments. I'll eat your little smelly fingers.
There you go, scene 15. Look at this terrible voting screen. I don't like it that much. I like the drawing of Sans I did, though. It's funny. He doesn't dab for a frame. That's stupid. That's what happens in Object Invasion. But yeah, see, like I said, not much to really show here. I can tell you some things though. For one thing, there was gonna be there were gonna be a couple of guest stars. You know, it wasn't just gonna be Carrie voicing MePhone. We also had Choo Choo. Choo Choo shows up for everyone knows Choo Choo. Choo Choo shows up for one scene and then is immediately killed. Oh well. He comes in, offers to be the host, and then dies. And I feel so bad for never getting to animate that because I waited so long for Interstellar Lizard to send me those lines. He was so nice. He was like, "Hi, I'm sorry. I've got school, I've got college, and I can't record in my dorm." And you know, I feel so bad for wasting that on BFTP. This is why I wanted to wait. This is why I need to actually make a show that I'm invested in, that actually matters to me, that actually gives something out to the world aside from some dumb jokes. Because here's the thing, right? Choo Choo's great, but if I can't be invested in the show that I'm putting him in, what's the point? So maybe I'll get a Tesh to voice something again someday. Who knows? I have no plans currently, but it could happen. I do plan on getting as many people on my new project as possible, not for writing, just for like animation and voice acting, just because like it would be good. It'd be a good idea. But yeah, obviously, like I said, this is not all the audio that was finished for the show. There was going to be various stuff that never happened. I'm actually going to open up the BFTP assets file and have a look and see if there's anything else I can show off. Oh yeah, there was going to be a character in a different episode. Okay, so this is Nyan Cat. Nyan Cat's another similar to like some of the other characters. Nyan Cat is sort of a personal like wish fulfillment thing for me because I always wanted to make like a Nyan Cat animated series or like a Nyan Cat comic or something because I've loved Nyan Cat for a very long time. It's my favorite like old meme. So I made a little shitty, sorry for swearing, a little dumb rig of them for this show, and I animated it to this dumb song. And the penis stored in the balls, pretty funny. And I feel like I this rig isn't too bad. I feel like I could just do a way better job animating it now. I like when they shake their butt though. That looks decent. Probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, that's Nine Cat. They were gonna be like a possible debuter later. Because Nine Cat's just so epic, dude. Nine Cat's like the epic meme dude, epic bacon. What else can I show? Where's the assets? Where the assets? Where the assets at? Where the assets at? Do I actually not have an assets folder open? Oh no, there it is. It's over there. I'm actually literally blind. Did you know? I'm literally blind. But yeah, there were various other things. Like Blood Juice was also gonna make a cameo. From Blood Juice Nation. So this is the assets file. If you've ever looked at the BFB assets file, actually no, you probably haven't. The BFB assets file is just the background and then some preset like layers, which is a very good way to handle things. I think building scenes out of the assets file is very smart. But let's look in the library and see what we can get. Yep, there's. Oh, that's right. Milk carton actually started out as a bleach carton. Not in the writing, just because that was Satomi's original thing. And this is the original Infinity Gauntlet asset. It wasn't, like I said, it was originally PNGs instead of being made by, James. Cool stuff. And then we have some other stuff. I think I removed the II limbs. Yeah, I'm actually never going to release these FLAs sadly because some of these I'm sorry guys, but I can't give you guys the asset files. How many guests are going to be in episode 1 in total? I'm not sure. That channel called BroTube. Hey, you know what? That's weird. I was literally just listening to Zany Leaves' most recent stream, and they answered a question from you, BroTube. I remember your name. I don't know how many guests we're going to be. There's going to be Carrie. We got a Tesh to voice Choo Choo and give us Choo Choo. I think that was about it. I had some good plans. I had some plans. I wanted to hire some cool people, but I'm not going to spoil who they were because they still might show up in projects of mine someday. So, yeah, let's not spoil that. So yeah, bodies. I got he's like, oh my God, Thanos dancing. Yes. Okay, so Thanos shows up in the show, and he's almost immediately killed by Miphone. But Jennings, as he got entitled, voices him. It's beautiful. I hope you guys get a chance to look at the audio files when I upload them. But Jennings, who voiced Kumquat in Inanimate Insanity episode 12, voices Thanos, and Thanos is one of the PNG characters. These are his two poses, and he also has a dancing pose. I'm gonna drag Thanos dancing 2 out onto the screen. The reason I say Thanos is because that's how Pyburb says it. Pyburb says Thanos, and it's funny. So this is Thanos dancing. Oh, why is it lagging? It's lagging really hard. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, there it is. See, now you can see Thanos dancing. This is pretty much the best thing in BFDP, and I was very, very excited to show this off. It's my favorite GIF. I have an emote of it on Discord, and since I have Nitro, I can just give it to whoever I want. I can just post it around, Thanos dancing. I think this is pretty epic. This is pretty cool. I really wish that had come to fruition. I never even animated that. I'm very sad that I didn't get to that scene. Oh yeah, Sans doesn't have a set asset because he's a hand-drawn character, but I do have a reference for him in here. Ironically, one of the worst drawings of him in the show. And then I have the 9-cat parts as well. I think I have some various faces in that symbol. And of course there's the Miphone body, the bandana Waddle D frames, Blue Micro Joji Horse, Aaron Hansen and his lip syncing. That's weird. Where's the other mouth? Is that not in here? That's weird. That must be like an outdated version of it because I could have sworn I made another one. Like you saw, he opened his mouth wider, And these are all the backgrounds that Piper made. I'm going to show these off right now because you guys need to see these. These are incredible. So obviously Piper made this long background here, this really big BFP style background with a mountain over there. Really fantastic work on his part. He also made Outer Space, which is for a scene where Fishy long jumps and then long jumps all the way around the world. Pyrob took inspiration from Kirby's Milky Way Wishes in this shot. You can see like surrounding planets are sort of like themed around things. Really, really beautiful. Yes, 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 that he likes. What else is here? We got sky. We got the mountainside that the characters land on. Is this? Looks fantastic. It's got like set ledges, you know, little ledges on it. Great stuff. So that they can land on it. Background stuff. What is? Well, these are the pieces. These are the pieces of the bigger one. Then we got, of course, background, the beach background, where the episode starts, and the basic background that you've grown accustomed to. Fantastic work. He did such an amazing job. He was the MVP. Like, even though I did most of the animation and a lot of the heavy lifting, Piper really came through on these beautiful backgrounds, and I'm really sad that they will never get the attention that they deserve. And you know, I just feel really bad because a lot of great stuff was made for this show, and frankly, I just can't force myself to get it out. It is going to be bad for me if I try to make this show happen. But it's good stuff. Oh yeah, here's oh my gosh. It's the source image for Aaron Hansen's model. And look, Paul McCartney. Original images of Paul McCartney that became, oh, there's Joshua too, yeah. The original images of Paul McCartney that became the images of him we know today. So the thing with this one though, this is an emote I have on Discord. I had friends who were into the Beatles, and I made them emotes of all 4 Beatles. And so this is the Paul emote, and that was where the first Paul face came from. So yeah, that's our story. The items, the Infinity Gauntlet. Anything else here? Interest. We've got eye mouths. Yeesh. Yuck. Just kidding. I like eye mouths. But they're pretty laggy because they've got a lot of stuff in them. So yeah, that's basically it. Sorry, this is a bit of an unorganized stream, unorganized video rather, as a result of it being a stream. But I hope that you guys all found this interesting. I'm sorry that I'm never going to be able to finish this show. I know some of you would have liked it and found it funny. When it stops being when this video stops being unlisted and shows up as, and maybe in people's sub boxes, I don't know, as a video, it will have the Google Drive link to the audio files in the description. So thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for looking at the effort that I and so many others put in. This was absolutely a group effort. There was so much heart in BFTP, and I'm very sorry that I won't be able to finish it. I'm paving the way for a better show. I'm paving the way for a better experience and a better project. I'm paving the way for a show that I can be proud of and that people can be impressed by. It's called RAFSHU. That's an acronym. That's an acronym. It is... I'm not going to show you guys anything of it yet, actually. I'm not going to spoil that. RAFSHU is an acronym. The acronym is the letters WRAFHSU. And you can feel free, I'll type it in the chat for you even. So yes, thank you for the Fs, everyone. Take this acronym here. Do with it what you will. I want to see film theories. I want to see game theories about what RAFSHU is. Because I'm not going to tell you what it stands for. I'm not going to tell you a thing about the show. You guys get to figure it out. All right? All right. So there you go. That's what RAFSHU is. You guys figure that out on your own time. I'm going to end the stream here. And in fact, it's 3 in the morning. I'm tempted to stream some video games because we got cool people in the chat like Wolfie and Bran Flakes. But you know, I really shouldn't. I should really get to bed. I really got to go to bed, have a good schedule, you know. I got to be a good girl and get sleep. So thank you for checking this out. If you missed any part of the stream, it is going to be uploaded. Don't worry. You're gonna get Adobe Animate for Christmas. That's so cool. That's really cool. So thank you everyone. The stream is ending now. Uh, yeah, thank you for the kind words. I will go to sleep. Oh, you are lovely people. If you're watching this video in post, make sure to watch the chat because I do respond to messages. These people are nice. Goodbye, everyone.